blood, Clive.
Ooh, lots of it.
And still wet.
Someone got killed and tossed over. Look at that fierce boy.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who
Kill
we
that
are,
mage.
and still, you would bear your steel. Why then, we owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again.
Zealots.
I'll show you a true shield of resilience.
There we go. He's about dead.
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordeal. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
Something's about to go down.
Find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone?
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
Speaking of, guess we'll go straight and we'll see what we can do. They pretty much slaughtered a whole entire town just for that.
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
They won't. So there's there's a people.
Didn't happen to come by way of Old Hill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. The next morn, you couldn't see the sun for all the ravens.
I did, Mummy! I could hear him shouting from down the road.
Hush now. You didn't hear nothing.
What's this? Honor the 250th anniversary of the founding, the Grand Duchy of Rosaria.
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
Now they're refugees of their own their own homeland.
Don't go thinking you'll find refuge in the houses outside Port Isolde. The place is a wretched hive of thieves and blackguards.
It's in a sorry state. So that's the beach line over there. Devil crabs.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better.
Hopefully. Who knows? She probably could have killed the uncle. She doesn't have a... doesn't seem to be squeamish about killing her own blood.
Looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
She is a ruthless little bitch.
Let us pass! My children are starving!
Have mercy!
Voice-rinsed dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here!
Oh, get enough for everything!
off!
Hang the chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all!
I said, where were you, filth? Back to your stall! Cut you down where you stand!
Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
Okay. Going to the Lazarus.
The
I
good
wonder
news
why
is
they're
they
calling
haven't
it
seen a single black
Lazarus.
shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
Hopefully I have enough potions. So I don't know if I should have bought some, but I guess I'll find out if I get a little too close for comfort. Just don't get hit.
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Here's what happens when you don't have people to do upkeep on a giant place like this.
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Footpads.
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
They got a mage. See, 2 mages. Well, I guess we'll take out the mages first.
Or not.
Oh shit, didn't mean to do that. Ow. That was a little overkill. La 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 la.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was
No shit is in.
right. Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. So wait.
We can speak inside.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye, the foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we.
Make ready.
This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
I wonder how old Wade is.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
Wonder if Wade's
With
in his
pleasure, my lord.
early 40s. Yeah, it seems to be, yeah, I think he was definitely older, but not too much older than,
I imagine this
Clive.
endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
I'm trying to remember what happened to the other guy. Did the other guy die, though? The other knight. Guess he kind of did pass away.
What is it you require?
So I'm trying to remember if he died at the Phoenix Gate or not. Not quite sure if he did. I'll at least kind of top it off. So I'll grab like.
Of course, my lord.
I won't fully top it off. Holy shit! Elixirs are 10,000. Fuck me. I'll probably wait to buy elixirs until like maybe getting closer to end game or maybe a really hard fucking fight. Lionheart. Let's see. Gradually fills. Oh yeah. I won't really need that either. Why one of each of these though? Especially with a really hard fight.
Of course, my lord.
Wouldn't really hurt. Other than that though, I guess we could start selling some of these weapons.
May it serve the cause well.
I really hope I don't regret selling some of those. I would be very disappointed.
I'm
That's for
sure
sure.
that it will prove useful.
I'll keep these because they might be useful. Materials other than these.
Our thanks, my lord.
I keep black
I'm
blood.
sure that it will prove useful.
Oh, so did you sell the goblin coins? That's nice.
Our thanks, my lord.
Anything else sell for Gil? Most likely they would be grouped. Yeah.
I will be here should you need aught else.
Alright. Let's talk to Wade.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buick Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements. who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
This is commanding a small guerrilla force.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Make that high priority. Party members. Other man scenario. And various companions. Yeah, that hasn't really changed much. Just kind of off and on when it comes to party members. I'm guessing Wade's going to, yep, follow us. So he should be in our party now. And I've leveled up a couple times too, so I should have some attribute points. Or ability points. Let's see, we have about 1,000. You know what? I'm going to save for our first one of these. Let's see, that does 3. If anything, I will replace Scarlet Cyclone with probably Flames of Rebirth. Probably do that. So I'm kind of wondering. What happens if I reset? Unlearn Scarlet Cyclone, 400. Oh, it won't be enough. So if I reset it, I still won't get enough points to put that in. Never mind. I won't do that. Rook's Gambit. Maybe we can get some points out of that. Unless we really don't use Rook's Gambit. So we'll do that. Maybe that'll be enough now. So I have a feeling though, like Flames of Rebirth is going to be a pretty hefty cooldown until I upgrade it. So I'm kind of wondering. That should be enough. Oh, and I can't really truly 100% unlearn it. Ooh, the next upgrade though is insane. So let's do this. That's good. We'll change that to Flames of Rebirth. So now it should do more damage, but also be equivalent to the same amount of stun. And then when we upgrade it and then master it, it should be even better. Hopefully. It kind of sucks that we can only have 2 of them, but it makes sense. It kind of makes you have to appreciate some of the ones that you have to use. Most likely, as we keep progressing, we'll try and replace some of the, we'll probably replace this one. We'll move this one's, I'll reallocate to Aerial Blast. Jeez, it just looks so much, it looks so much cooler and everything too. And it's sustaining. That's the crazy part. And then this one is most likely going to replace I mean, to be honest, yeah, we'll just replace that one as well. So as we get more ability points, we'll keep replacing certain things. And let's see, I'm trying to figure out if I want to replace some of my fire stuff too. Because we have this, which would replace Scarlet Cyclone. And we need something to replace eventually Rising Flames. And I'm gonna assume not the Limit. Well, Limit Break is not gonna replace anything. So the Will of the We can always do something like that. Doesn't seem to be much better. So I might not actually have anything to replace Rising Flames. So we might be good on that part.
We'll keep them from the bridge. The blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
Hell yeah, brothers.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village, we tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Uh-oh. So they're moving down the hill.
Look at me sideways. How was the Black Shields? Come along now. We'll find them.
The bastards are lucky I didn't have my axe.
Sounds like they're tired of them too.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
Kill, kill, kill. Alright, here we go. I do like the black and gold with the gold trim.
Now, I told you. We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame. Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame! For Azaria!
For Azaria!
And cocky little knave, isn't he?
Petty revolution ends here.
Oh shit! I wanted to see how this is. Oh my god!
On these our swords we swear.
Can't wait to replace that too.
Reinforcements from the far bank.
Oh. Alright, now just focus on the wyvern. There we go.
More dragons.
Worms.
Ah!
The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
Ah, shit.
I'll be fine now.
All right. Nice. Oh, is that a dragoon?
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point, that this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Yeah, he's pretty much a dragoon. I've seen these attacks before, asshole. Ow. Fuck. Ow, ow. Guess I was not ready for that shit. Hopefully he's not too far away from that. Okay. No. Damn, dude. Whoa.
Sir Wade! Founder, there's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You mean finish him? Nice try.
Ow. Damn it. Ah, dang. I was gonna try and dodge at the last second. There we go. Got him.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it, as we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die, and her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
Is that a behemoth's horns? That looks like a behemoth's horns.
Intimidating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue!
Oh, okay.
You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Maddo in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
By your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she? Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustenus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that Lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Wait, they went
Only the founder knows what
back there.
awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
So we went back to the hideaway. There is some side quests. I'm kind of wondering if there's other side quests. Ah, kitchen inn.
I didn't take you for a scholar, Ivan.
Oh, this? It's Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something delicious.
Think I'll stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you would trade in your sword for a butcher's cleaver. From spit roasts to sweetmeats, this book has them all. What I wouldn't give to bring these recipes to life.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then by all means.
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first tunnel worm I came across would be the death of me. But you're made of sterner stuff. Would you help me resurrect one of these recipes?
Sure.
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer. Fine, I'll help.
Fantastic! Thank you.
So, dare I ask what's on the menu?
Chance's Stew. It was once a favourite among the gourmands of Oriflamme, if the author is to be believed. Though Molly's never heard of it. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, it's infuriatingly cryptic as to the main ingredient. A beast, no doubt. Most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more broth than brawn, but unwanted violets. I've no idea what they might be.
Does the book say anything else?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout atop the bed of roses.
Roses. Rosaria, perhaps? One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something. I'll ask next time I'm there.
Sure. Alright, let's see. There's a couple other things we could check out. See what's new when it comes to that.
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lynn.
Headlands wouldn't be half as bad without all the bloody dust.
Ah. Quiet and Dominion. Flame and Brother. Ah, okay, so he wrote me a correspondence too. Apple a day. And Okay. Looks like we got some new memories. I think. Yeah, we do. Tells apples. And Ambrosia's tackle. Cool. That's the only one so far. That's nice. I love that that's a thing. Alright, anything else? Nothing in the backyard. That's the stone. Doesn't quite have the I'm kind of wondering if this fourth slot's gonna be like, oh, once you beat the game, then it'll probably unlock, or maybe it's like almost near end game stuff. It's whatever this is. So you have the stage replay, arcade mode, and of course, like, Hall of Virtue. So it does make me wonder if something else to it. Right. We won't try and activate the main story stuff until we're done with side stuff.
How did we never hear about these Guardians of the Flame?
Same way they never heard about us.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Is everything we've received and everything promised?
Berserker ring. I would like to know what that will do.
All yours.
Then the next one we don't quite know. Spend renown to unlock.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
I also need to check in on him to see if there's anything else. But first things first, see what that ring does. Berserker ring temporarily increases attack proficiency with each. So it's a very something that helps you if you do a lot of your attacks after precision dodges. 200. Let's talk to him. August.
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. That normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what you say?
Why not?
Fine. If you think it will help.
I knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. He'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
Alright, I think that's all the new stuff. It's interesting. Can we actually go to a place called Haven? I mean, there's nothing to do over there.
First August, and now you. What are you pair up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
Phil, shut you up. It's nothing really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like every clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. And now every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was. There. You happy? You got what you came for. Now piss off.
All right. We're going. I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of ale. Didn't think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems. We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen.
Alright.
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
Karen, do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft, from what he told us.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels. Makes all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop. He don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working their hides.
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was it sighted? Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe? Care Northern, that was it.
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leatherworker.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where he's hiding.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
Dude, that's gonna be a rough hunt. It's like, yeah, I haven't quite hunted a griffin. Ooh, it's a B class.